What's up? I don't know if you guys have realized this, but I've been trying to film and upload and edit every day this week so that I can make up for the time that I've been off my YouTube channel. Since I've been filming just beauty videos the past couple of days, except for yesterday's Q&A, which honestly it turned out to be a beauty video anyways because it was a lot about beauty related questions and stuff that I was answering. I really wanted to sit down and just talk to you guys like I would talk to my friends. My favorite thing to talk about is memories. Like things that I remember from way back when that I love to talk about. I love talking about memory. This video is going to be talking about my favorite memories of growing up in the 90s. My first favorite memory of the 90s was this show called Bobby's World, and you guys may not remember this at all, and I've convinced myself, like completely convinced myself, that I may or may not have thought of this show completely on my own, in my own subconscious during sleep. And I don't remember if it was on ABC, Family, if it was on Disney, or if it was on Nickelodeon. I don't remember, but I feel like it was on ABC Family during their One Saturday Morning segment. You know, one Saturday morning. And this is short little midget kid, like smaller than Dobby, with jet black hair that went out like straight out. Like not like Johnny Bravo, like her like curved. No, it was like stick straight out. But the one thing I remember from this show was his mother, and her favorite thing to say was "Don't ya know?" But that show has been irking me for the longest time, and I can't find it anywhere. So if you remember it, please tell me, so I'm not like killing myself mentally. Like I'm pretty sure I made it up. My next favorite memory of growing up in the 90s and early 2000s was music and how we listened to them. Now, if you were lucky, which a lot of my classmates were, you listened to your music on hit clips. And even Nick to this day still talks about hit clips, and it bothers me because I never got to have one. But what they were these little tiny little players, and they came with these little tiny little clips, and they would play like 30-second, 45-second intervals of different songs that were popular back then. So we had Backstreet Boys hit clips, NSYNC hit clips, Britney Spears was a huge one when it came to hit clips. I don't think 98 Degrees had them. I don't think so. I never had them, but everyone else did. So I would have to go to my 5th grade period or 4th grade, and I would see everybody with hit clips, with like them hanging off our book bags, along with something else I'm going to show you in a minute because I actually have one still. And they would listen to their music with these hit clips, and they would play the music, and I would just be like, why can't I just have one? But as time progressed, I became older, and I was able to have a lot more, and my dad bought me my first CD player, portable CD player. Now the idea with this is that you would pop it up and your CD would sit right inside. Now the biggest issue we had with these is the fact that every time you moved any muscle or any part of your body and you were playing the music in this, it would skip. Like you couldn't run with it, you couldn't walk with it barely, you could do nothing with it without it skipping, and it sucked. The other big problem with these is that they did not fit in your pocket. So you literally had to hold them like this, which made things a lot harder for you, especially if you were trying to run, because you had to run and worry about your earphones yanking out of it. So like there were so many problems with this thing. But you know what? Back then this was the shit to have. If you didn't have one, you weren't cool. Now because I'm such a 90s kid, I'm gonna go ahead and play you the music I used to listen to. Because yes, I downloaded all my 90s music that I used to listen to, early 2000s music, into my phone. Because why the hell not? I loved this group because there was one guy here named Ashley, and I was like, he's my like soulmate. I know when he's been on my mind, that distant look is in your eyes. There is someone else I can say this to, and there is nothing better than to talk to you. If you have a problem, I'll be here for you. one of my oldest friends, closest friends. We bonded over them. You know who you are. You all will know Beyonce as, you know, Queen Bey now. That was early Beyonce when she was with Destiny's Child still, which I would love to see a reunion with those three because Holy Trinity. Point out that that song back then had completely no meaning at all. But when you listen to songs that you listen to back then especially, there is a very sexual innuendo in those music videos and in that song. Because as an adult, I would never let my child listen to that. Let's be honest. There was no one more stylish back then than either Lizzie McGuire or the Olsen twins, because they had the little movies they put out. They had these little movies, and there was one about, like, one where they went to Atlantis, Paradise Island, and they met these hot boys there. And I remember being like, oh, I need to go to Atlantis. Like, my dad would always ask, like, where are you going to go for a vacation? I'm like, I need to go to Atlantis, Paradise Island, the Bahamas, because there were cute boys there. Like, I would never explicitly tell him there were cute boys there, because I knew for sure it would, like, completely rule out ever going. But I told him I needed to go there because the Olsen twins went there, and whatever they did, I was like all about it. Lizzie McGuire was my homegirl, and everything that she did, I literally wanted everything. Like, everything she had in her room was my dream room. Her closet was my dream closet. Gordo was my dream boyfriend at the time because I had the biggest crush on Gordo, and I was really mad at Lizzie until the Lizzie McGuire movie where she finally kissed him, and they finally got together. I want to know what happened afterwards because I still watch that movie as an adult, and I still want to know, like, what did they do? Did they have kids? Did they, like, get married? Did they date in high school and then just kind of, you know, that kind of went away? Like, what's going on? I need to know these things. You know what else I miss from the 90s? These. This, my friends, is a Tamagotchi. And this was literally the prerequisite to having pets in my household. If you could take care of your Tamagotchi, you could take care of an actual pet. And that was my argument for the longest time. Did it work for me? No. My dad, for whatever reason, had this argument that taking care of this thing was nowhere near as, you know, in-depth of a job as taking care of an actual pet. But I argued my point valiantly and fought for a very long time to make him reconsider that, you know what, this is a pet. This is very important. Now, am I going to tell him that this is dead now? No, because I don't want him to have any satisfaction in the matter. I still stand on my point that this is a very, very important prerequisite to having a pet. I remember my friends having bunches of these things hanging off their backpacks, and we would all have our little pets and we would play with them and everything, and it was a lot of work, and that's why I told my dad, you know, Dad, I work so hard to keep my Tamagotchi alive. I know I can use the same techniques for a puppy. The first iPod, my God, was this huge brick. And I actually didn't have the first iPod, I actually had the first iPod Shuffle. It was this little, tiny little, like, rectangle, long, skinny thing. And there was no screen, all you had was little buttons on it. And it carried this little string that you could wear it around your neck, and it would just hang there. And I thought, I got it for my 13th, 14th birthday, I think it was, and I thought I was the toughest shit in school. I was like, yeah, I got one. I finally was ahead of the trend because none of my friends had one. No one in my school that I knew of had one, so I was like, everyone's like, oh my God, can I touch it? Can I play with it? I was like, no, bitch. No. And then when the sidekicks came out, like, holy crap, when I had my sidekick, my first sidekick, the original one, it was literally like, It was amazing. I loved it. My favorite thing to do would be to like click the corner and click it back. Click the corner and close it. Click, close, click, close. And I would do that in my hoodie. Like I have it in my hoodie waiting for a text message. So I would just click, close, click, close, click, close. Like it was my favorite thing to do, and I would get in trouble for it all the time. And actually when one of my first sidekicks broke because I literally did the click close too much, my screen literally flew off. Like, but what's cool though is that you can still use the sidekicks, and I actually told my husband for my birthday, as a late birthday present, I want to have my sidekick back. So I know it's crazy. I would honestly give up my Galaxy S6 for a sidekick. MySpace, which, can I just say something before I go? I still have an active MySpace, and it's the same MySpace I had when I first made a MySpace, right? And for the longest time, I could still access my old messages and my old pictures and stuff, and I could still access my pictures, but not my messages. Like, I did not give anybody permission to erase my messages. I would love to go back and read these stupid shit I used to talk about or used to worry about back then. I would love that. Love it. But can't, because someone got to delete them. Tom! You know what I forgot to talk about was PlayStations. The PlayStation 1. Gex. Cubert. Alundra. Crash Bandicoot. Oh, Destruction Derby. What was that? Metal. Twisted Metal. The clown truck thing. I remember. I'm sorry I went on literally an hour tangent about things I remember from the 90s that I missed from the 90s and 2000s. And if there's anything that I missed in here that you wanted to hear about, or if you have any memories that you would like to walk down memory lane about, feel free to put them down below, because I'm sure there are many of us who were born in the early 90s. Like, I'm literally a 90s child. I was born in 1990, November 6th, 1990. Even though I was supposed to be born Halloween night, but I was like, no, I'm going to stay a little bit longer. Like, evict me, bitch. Forget to enter my giveaway, which I'll link it down below the video that talks about the giveaway, how to enter, what's in it, at least what's part of in it. And, I'll see you guys later. Bye.